Have you ever felt like you were born to do something extraordinary, only to watch it slip through your fingers? Imagine being hailed as a revolutionary in your field, transforming the very fabric of your passion, only to confront personal demons that threaten to erase your legacy. This is the poignant tale of Montgomery Button's Kaluhiokalani, a surfing prodigy whose innovative spirit reshaped the sport, yet whose life was marred by profound struggles. Born in the vibrant heart of Honolulu, Buttons wasn't just another surfer. He was a maestro on the waves. With his distinctive switch-foot style and groundbreaking maneuvers, he didn't just ride the ocean, he danced with it, introducing a flair that was both mesmerizing and unprecedented. But as the tides of fame rose, so did the undercurrents of personal turmoil. Behind the radiant smile and effortless grace lay battles that would challenge his very essence. Stay with us as we delve deeper into the life of a man who soared to the zenith of surfing brilliance, only to grapple with shadows that threatened to consume him. Discover how Button's legacy serves as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale.
Do you know me? Buttons Kaluhiokalani, the world-famous surfing legend.
His full name was Montgomery Ernest Thomas Kaluhiokalani. When he was born, he had these curly like buttons on his head.
I just teach surfing. I get a lot of respect, and I give a lot of respect and the love for the ocean and for the people.
Before the fame, before the magazine covers, there was just a young boy with wild curls and an even wilder spirit, staring out at the endless Pacific. Montgomery Ernest Thomas Kaluhiokalani, nicknamed Buttons by his grandmother because of his curly hair, was born in Honolulu in 1958. His upbringing wasn't easy. Raised by a military father and a bartender mother, Buttons found himself navigating a world of instability. But Waikiki's beaches offered him an escape, a playground where the waves became both refuge and teacher. At just 5 years old, his family moved to Waikiki, and it was here that Button's relationship with surfing began. Introduced to the sport by his uncle, he quickly showed an uncanny connection with the water. Friends and local surfers watched in awe as the young Buttons displayed a natural talent that defied his age. He wasn't content with simply standing on a board. He experimented, pushing, twisting, and switching feet mid-wave. Even as a child, he challenged the conventions of what surfing could be. Coming up, how this fearless kid turned his passion into a professional career, and how he forever changed the sport of surfing. You won't want to miss the radical moves that had everyone's jaws dropping. What happens when raw talent meets fearless innovation? In the case of Buttons, it created a new era of surfing, one wave at a time. By the early 1970s, the surf world was starting to take notice of the young Hawaiian whose style was unlike anything anyone had seen. In 1973, Buttons earned second place in the boys division at the U.S. Surfing Championship. A clear sign that this wasn't just a local phenom. A star was emerging on the global stage. But competition trophies weren't the only thing that defined Buttons. It was how he surfed. Onlookers were stunned by his ability to switch his stance mid-wave, going from regular foot to goofy foot seamlessly, as if he was dancing on the water. He popularized what many now consider standard in progressive surfing, the switch-foot style. Then came the iconic moment that would etch his name in history. Buttons performed the first ever filmed backside 360 on a surfboard. The footage would inspire an entire generation of surfers to rethink what was possible on a wave. In 1979, he won the prestigious sun-kissed Malibu Pro, followed by victory at the 1981 Peru International. Sponsors lined up, magazine covers featured him. Surfers across the globe tried to emulate his innovative style. Yet through it all, Buttons remained true to his Hawaiian roots and easygoing spirit. He surfed with joy, playfulness, and a contagious energy that captivated audiences everywhere. If you're loving the story of this talent so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you won't miss more incredible stories from the world of surfing and beyond. Now, let's get back to the rise and fall of Buttons. Next, we'll reveal the darker turn Buttons' life would take, and how fame sometimes comes with a price. The next chapter is as heartbreaking as it is powerful. Stick around. Fame, fortune, freedom on the waves. It seemed like Buttons had it all. But behind the sunlit surf sessions, a storm was brewing. As the 1980s progressed, the pressures of celebrity and the temptations of the party lifestyle began to take their toll. Buttons, like many in the surf community of the time, was drawn into the world of drugs, especially cocaine. What started as casual use quickly spiraled into a full-blown addiction. By 1985, the signs were clear: missed contests, erratic behavior, and mounting legal troubles. Friends and fellow surfers watched helplessly as Buttons' once unstoppable career unraveled. In 1998, his struggles came to a public head when he was arrested for drug-related offenses. In a particularly painful moment, Buttons even appeared on the reality show Dog the Bounty Hunter in 2007, an arrest broadcast to the world. For many fans, it was shocking to see their childhood idol in such a vulnerable state. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. After decades of struggle, Buttons made the courageous decision to fight back. By 2009, he achieved sobriety, a monumental victory for someone who had battled addiction for so long. And Buttons didn't stop there. He dedicated his life to helping others. He founded a surf school in Oahu, where he taught not just surfing, but also the importance of making positive life choices. His mission? To ensure that young surfers didn't repeat the mistakes he had made. Students and fans alike remember Buttons not only for his legendary skills, but for his humility and compassion in those final years. Redemption in its purest form. Up next, we'll celebrate Buttons' final years and the powerful legacy he left behind. And trust me, you'll want to see how the surf world paid tribute to this fallen genius. Don't go anywhere. In 2013, just as life seemed to have come full circle for Buttons, fate dealt one last cruel blow. That year, he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. Despite the devastating news, Buttons faced this final challenge with the same spirit he brought to every wave: courageous, joyful, and unbroken. He continued teaching at his surf school and inspiring everyone around him, determined to leave behind more than just surf footage. He wanted to leave behind hope. On November 2, 2013, at just 55 years old, Buttons passed away. But his story didn't end there. In both Waikiki and Malibu, hundreds of surfers gathered in traditional Hawaiian paddle-outs, circling in the ocean to honor a legend whose contributions had forever changed the sport. The sea, which had given him so much, now cradled him in its eternal embrace. And here's something you may not know. Some of today's biggest surf stars still credit Buttons' style for influencing their own. And there are hidden tributes to him in surf videos you've probably seen. Stick around. Up next, you'll discover exactly how Buttons still rides every wave today, even after he's gone. You might not realize it, but if you've watched a modern surf competition or scrolled through a surf video online, you've seen Buttons' fingerprints all over. His fearless switchfoot style and 360 spins laid the foundation for today's progressive surfing. Icons like Kelly Slater, John Florence, and countless others have cited Buttons as a key influence. Look closely at their maneuvers. You'll catch subtle nods to his playful yet radical approach. And surf schools around the world still teach techniques that Buttons pioneered. In this way, he's still out there, inspiring every surfer. If this story moved you, consider subscribing and joining our community of surf lovers. And tell us in the comments, do you think Buttons was the greatest innovator in surfing history? Or is there another surfer who changed the game even more? Let's hear your take. I'm curious.